Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. While the heyday of Vegas buffets may be over, there are still plenty of Las Vegas strip resorts that allow you to gorge yourself on a variety of offerings. And since you can tell by our waistlines that we love a good gorging, today we'll be checking out one of the more affordable options, the buffet at Excalibur. Now depending upon who you ask, the Excalibur Buffet does have a reputation and it's not always a good one. So today we are going to provide our honest thoughts and feedback and let you know if this budget-friendly buffet is worth the price, or if you're better off elsewhere. Is the Excalibur Buffet as bad as we've heard? Stick around and find out on this episode of James and Paul Try It All.
Now, the Excalibur Buffet is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's a $16.99 all-you-can-drink package, and it is a $40 or less buffet. Now, this buffet is MyVegas eligible, so sometimes you can find a 2-for-1 offer on this buffet. It is valid Monday through Sunday only and does exclude holidays.
Okay, so we're starting with plate round one. Now, we're going to start with some of the best stuff, buffet sushi.
Yeah, that's always the best stuff. Yeah.
I do kind of like the tuna here. The tuna looks awesome.
I mean, I don't know if I call buffet sushi the best stuff, but we'll find out.
Let's go with some imitation crab. That sounds delightful.
All right. You got a little kimchi action there?
Actually, kimchi sounds amazing.
I do want to point out that, unlike MGM, everything is nicely labeled.
Okay, now my favorite part, the Latin station. Let's go with some machaca con huevo.
Yes.
I am excited for that. So they have pinto beans. There's also Spanish rice, which we are going to skip. Now, one thing I do love about this buffet, they do have beef birria. So let's go grab some. There we go. Dig a little deeper. And of course, tortillas. Oh, those look delightful.
Right.
Let's get some potatoes. There we go. Oh, cilantro and onion.
Cilantro and onion.
Cannot go wrong with cilantro and onion.
I'd say, yeah, just toss it right in.
Toss it right in. Plate one, let's go try it. All right, now we're ready to start plate number one. So I am going to dig into all of my favorites from the Latin section. So let's start with these potatoes. Now it looks like potatoes with chorizo, and I can definitely tell they look really delightful and greasy. Now I'm going to be honest, they might be a little more greasy than most people might be used to. The chorizo, though, does have a nice flavor to it. It's got a nice little heat and spice, which I do appreciate. And it's also little chorizo crumbles, so I'm actually happy with this. Let's go with these machaca con huevos. We got the scrambled eggs, the machaca. I'm going to be a little honest here. The machaca is a little bland. The eggs are also a little bland as well. Salt and pepper does improve it, but I'm still going to say that machaca is a little bland for my taste. Now we're coming up to the fun part, the beef birria with cilantro and onion. Let me just dig right in here. Now the consomme is a little bit mild on the chili. However, the beef birria is actually not that bad. I can already say this is steps above what we had at the MGM Grand Buffet.
Because I'm always curious about buffet sushi. It's one of those things that you know you probably shouldn't eat, but you want to anyway. So we're gonna got a little, looks like tuna roll here, and I'm about to go in for a bite. You know what? That's surprisingly pleasant. It's actually very fresh. Nice little crisp from the cucumber in it. The tuna tastes good. The rice is perfectly cooked. I actually can't complain. That's probably some of the better buffet sushi I've had in Vegas. Wow, I'm kind of shocked. Let's try the little imitation crab roll here. Also pleasantly surprised. Again, it tastes fresh. It has a good flavor to it. I probably wouldn't fill up on the sushi, but I wouldn't mind putting a couple more on my plate.
So if you enjoy seeing more food and fun in Las Vegas, we do release a new video every Saturday, so go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to stay up to date so you do not miss out on any of our future episodes.
So next up, we're going to go ahead with a little bit more traditional American breakfast fare. Let's see what they've got. Gotta go with a little bacon. Looks just the way I like it, nice and thin, and still kind of fluffy. So we're going to get a little bit of that. Regular scrambled eggs look fine. Let's give them a little, just to find out. Don't need a lot. Now we definitely need a sausage or two. And I know we need a little cheeky fried steak. Yes. That'll do nicely. So that we've got a bowl secure. We're going to do this a little bit differently. And we're gonna split this biscuit. We're gonna throw this chicken fried steak in here. And we're gonna throw some gravy all over that. And top it with a little bit more gravy. I guess we're gonna do some pancakes. Just a couple little guys here. They'll get maybe chocolate chip. A little splash of syrup. We're gonna get some more of these breakfast potatoes over here. A little bit more standard American style. Get a few of those guys, and we'll call that plate number 2. Alrighty guys, we are back at the table with plate number 2. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with some of these, looks like chocolate chip pancakes, I think. This one was not labeled, just said buttermilk pancakes, but I see what looks like to be chocolatey spots in there. I should just use a knife. Okay, they're fine. They're buffet pancakes. There's nothing to write home about. There's nothing bad about them. They're not dry. They're not overcooked. In fact, I'd say they're perfectly cooked. I do think they could use maybe a touch more vanilla. The syrup's not real maple. I wasn't expecting to be real maple syrup. But all in all, if I'm being completely honest, kind of reminds me of growing up and going to a Shoney's breakfast buffet. Let us know in the comments if you've ever been to a Shoney's. All right, moving on to buffet scrambled eggs. These are not usually something I will load up on, but because of the purpose of the video, we're gonna give them a shot. Now these happen to be covered in syrup because, well, I just put it all on the same plate, so let's see how they taste. That's a fine scrambled egg. There's nothing wrong with it. They're not soggy, they're not disgusting, they definitely need salt and pepper. They're not seasoned in any way, but for just basic scrambled eggs, they're cooked perfectly fine. All right, let's try some of the breakfast potatoes. Now, I will be honest, I'm normally the type of person that will cover his breakfast potatoes in a mound of ketchup, but we're just gonna go straight, no chaser in this case. Those are seasoned really well, actually. There's a really good flavor to it. The peppers and onions give it a wonderful flavor. The pepper adds a little bit of a brightness to it. The onion adds, of course, just that kind of sweet, oniony tang to it. The potatoes, I think, are a little soft, but not bad. I do like breakfast potatoes to be a little bit crispier. But again, I'd still probably could eat a plate of these. Moving on, bacon. Like I said, I love a nice thin yet floppy piece of bacon. I don't like it to be super crisp. That's good. Great flavor. Weirdly enough, I'm having all these childhood memories just off this piece of bacon right now. Like images of just my dad cooking bacon on a Sunday morning. We're gonna try a breakfast sausage. Looks like it has a nice little good snappy casing to it. I'd say it's seasoned well. The casing is definitely snappy. I'd say a little tough to be honest, but not a bad. I've had worse breakfast sausage. In fact, I think that if I'm being honest, I think the breakfast sausage at MGM Grand's buffet was worse than this. So let's now move on to the biscuit, the gravy, and the chicken fried steak. Now, the last time I did this at the MGM Grand buffet, I counted to be honest, I was not a fan of the gravy, so I'm really hoping this tastes less weird. I don't want to get this on me. That's not bad. Unlike the MGM Grand buffet, where the theme was, it's gonna be dry. I think the theme that I'm encountering right now with the Excalibur buffet is, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. I don't feel ripped off. Let's put it that way. Gravy's fine. I definitely think you need to add a little salt and pepper, at least a little extra black pepper. Chicken fried steak, I wish had a little bit more flavor, but it's nice and crunchy. There's definitely some good seasoning to it. The biscuit is, your standard American biscuit. There's nothing crazy about it. That would definitely need some butter or some jam if it wasn't covered in gravy. But I'd go back for another one. So yeah, I love a chicken fried steak. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Okay, carving meat time. So I'll go with a little bit of everything. So it looks like we got some roasted turkey breasts right there. Awesome, thank you. Awesome. Some smoked brisket. Let me get it right. Awesome. Awesome, thank you.
You could get a little gravy.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Awesome, thank you. Let's pour some gravy on that turkey. Okay, everyone, now it's time for my favorite part of any buffet, and that is going to be the carving section. Now, I am a huge fan of meat. I just love it. So let's go ahead and start off with one of my favorite things on a buffet, which is the turkey. We got a little bit of turkey gravy here. Okay, one thing I want to say about this turkey, it's not dry at all. It's moist. There's a lot of flavor coming through. And the gravy has a nice buttery taste to it. Yeah, this is quite delightful for buffet turkey. Yes, go ahead, James. Grab a bit. Grab a bit. You need to try this.
I'm like, buffet turkey not being dry?
I know, like...
Oh my god, that's disgustingly moist.
I know. I'm kind of blown away by this because we're used to buffet turkey being dry.
Right, it doesn't even need the gravy. My god.
But the gravy has a nice poultry flavor for poultry gravy. Yeah, and it's got a buttery taste. Like, it lingers. I'm quite impressed by this turkey.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Wow. Let's move on to the beef brisket.
I'm looking at that brisket after working in barbecue for 5 years, and I'm like, oh, that's not going to be a very good piece.
Let's give it a chance, though.
All right. I know exactly what part of the brisket that came from, and it's not the good part.
It's a little bland. I have to be honest here. It kind of reminds me of the pot roast that you would have when we grew up. It just sits in a crock pot for a while and just kind of...
Speak for yourself.
Has some of the flavor go out.
Speak for yourself. My mother never made a bad pot roast.
Unfortunately, the pot roast was always bland and dry growing up. Let's try cutting the sausage, which the casing is definitely very firm. This looks to be the kielbasa. I'm going to say this one's just okay. It doesn't have as much seasoning as I would hope for in a sausage.
What more of that turkey?
Yes, go grab more of the turkey.
Dude, that turkey's really good.
I know. I'm quite surprised by the turkey. Italian sausage time. Now, I have a lot of experience with Italian sausage, and I will definitely say that we cook it all the time. It's not sweet. It's not mild, it's not hot, it's something I can easily pass on. It needs more flavor and a little more seasoning. I'm not seeing any fennel. It looks to be just mostly the pork fat or whatever was thrown together into the sausage. Sadly, I'm not a fan. Now, time for the ham. Unfortunately, the ham is a little bland. It's okay, but it's not mind-blowing. However, the big standout of this plate is going to be that turkey. So if you are here at the Excalibur Buffet, get yourself some of that turkey and put some of that gravy on it. Now, we're going to move on and grab another plate and show you more of the Excalibur Buffet. Stay tuned.
Alrighty guys, we are now going to move on to the cold section here. Admittedly, I think we're only going to just grab a few items. But let's go ahead and start with some, looks like clams. We'll get a couple of these guys here. Alright, for science, we're going to, only for myself, because Paul's allergic, I'm going to grab a couple little shrimpies. I don't know how I feel about those shrimpies, but we'll find out. Got to have a little bit of cocktail sauce. We'll just do a little dab there. Mussels. You know I love a mussel. By mussels, I'm grabbing a few. I don't like men with too many mussels. Alright. Yes! Now here's really what I'm actually really excited about. Potato salad. I just love potato salad. So we got a little potato salad. I think I can do without the caprese salad. I can do without the Caesar. Let's see what else we got here. Now let's see if build your own salad section if you want to put something together for yourself. We've got some yogurts and oatmeal and all the healthy stuff that I never eat at breakfast. So I think we're gonna stick with this. Let's go check it out. Alrighty guys, we got our cold section here. So we're gonna start off with one of the teeny tiny little shrimps, very tiny little shrimps. We'll see how they taste. Give them a little dab in the cocktail. Shrimpy, tastes fine. Doesn't taste bad, doesn't taste old. They are very small shrimp, so like you could obviously grab a bunch if you really love shrimp. Nothing crazy. Let's move on to the clams, which I gotta be honest, I'm a little concerned about. They don't look that good, but I could be wrong. That does not have a great flavor, so I'm just gonna actually leave the rest of those clams. Let's try the mussels. Thankfully, they all seem to be open. Probably not as open as I would like them to be, but I didn't see many mussels that didn't open, so that's a good sign. Let's give it a shot. Mussels better than the clam. Very briny though. Tastes like straight up seawater. Again, not a bad thing if you enjoy that, and I do. So I'll probably eat the rest of these little these little mussels. Now let's go on to like the potato salad. I can't lie. I saw this as soon as we walked in and started looking at the buffet, and I'm like, I need to have some potato salad. So let's see how this tastes. That's new. I've never had bacon in potato salad before. That's good. It's very bacony actually. There's a lot of bacon. There's egg. A little bit of mustard, obviously mayo, potatoes, some onions, some chives. Yeah, this is a pretty pretty yummy potato salad. Wow. Okay. I see you, Excalibur. I like what you're doing. While this plate's small, we still have to get through dessert. So I'm going to pass this to my husband to let him pick out whatever he wants to pick out. And then we're going to go get some dessert. Don't go anywhere. We got one last plate to show you. All right, guys. It is now time for some dessert. My favorite part of almost any buffet. So let's go ahead and make our way around this giant circle of a dessert station. Starting over here. Looks like we've got some nice little cute, like jelly roll type desserts. So let's grab a couple of those. Mini eclairs. Let's do cream puff. I personally do love, for some stupid reason, the buffet donuts at MGM buffets. We got some Danishes and some cupcakes of some sort, and I'm not quite sure what this is, but it looks delicious. It looks like some sort of marshmallowy thing. Get a little bread pudding, because you got to get some buffet bread pudding. Ah, yes, the pre-cut cakes. What have we got? What have we got? Let's go with marble cake. I do love a marble cake. It's the best of both worlds. I think we've got a nice little assortment of everything. Oh, nope. I can do this. I'm a professional. All right, gotta get some blueberry pie. All right, guys, we're back at our table with our dessert haul. We've got 3 plates of dessert. Let's go ahead and start with the bread pudding first, since while it's still warm. Now, I gotta be honest, on the buffet, it looked kind of watery, so I don't know how this is gonna actually end up tasting, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so the flavor isn't bad, but the texture to me is off. I feel like there's parts of the bread that got really thoroughly soaked with the custard and other parts that didn't. So it's kind of like this, the textures are competing in my mouth at the same time. The flavor is nice and strong though. The custard is very vanilla-y. There's a little bit, good blend of warming spices. It's definitely very cinnamon forward. A little bit of nutmeg. Nothing amazing. It's very eggy. In fact, some of it I think ended up being more scrambled egg than custard. I've had worse and made worse bread puddings. Moving on, let's go to my favorite thing on a breakfast buffet, especially at MGM. I don't know why, I love the donuts. At least I did at the MGM Grand. So let's see if the Excalibur Buffet donut is just as good. Got a good old-fashioned maple glaze. Weirdly enough, out of all the things I've eaten today, this is the only one that I have to give MGM Grand Buffet a leg up on, is I thought that they had better donuts. This is fine, but it's kind of dry. Nothing special. We got a cute little eclair we're going to try next. I'm just going to split this down the middle. Bam. Check that out. There's nothing bad about it, but the pastry cream has literally no flavor. It's just a creamy texture in the middle, but it tastes like nothing. I don't think these are made in-house. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that they're off the back of a Cisco truck, but I probably wouldn't get that again. Let's see what this cute little square, almost kind of like macaron type thing is. I don't know. They're supposed to be like it looks like it's supposed to be some sort of s'more. It's fine. All you really get is the marshmallow. The cookie itself is crumbly, sandy, kind of like a shortbread. So far, the desserts are not the stars of the show here. We're going to go to this guy here that looks very similar to a cake that I will often get at our local Mexican grocery store that I just love. And you see, it looks like there's some coconut shavings on the inside, some strawberry jam in the middle. Let's give it a bite. That's solid. I'd get that again. The strawberry is actually pretty strong. Let's try this other one. Looks like it might be lemon, banana, or pineapple. We're about to find out which one. That one is just too artificial lemony. It's very unnatural. I'm not going to eat it. Oh, tastes like lemon pledge. I'm good. Let's try the cream puff. All right, obviously messy. Not worth the second bite. I'll leave it at that. It's fine. Kids would like it. All right, blueberry pie. Please be better. Oh, I should have put some ice cream on this. That would have been some soft serve on this. Would be. That's sadly one of the most bland blueberry pies I've ever had in my life. I wasn't expecting much. I can't lie. But there's just no blueberry flavor at all. It tastes like pie crust and like blueberry LaCroix. Like there's a wisp of blueberry, a little just slight flavor lingering on the wind of blueberry. But that's all I got. Again, not worth the calories. Last but not least, we've got the marble cake. Please be a winner because everything else in the dessert buffet has not been that great. Not good, but not bad. The chocolate ganache frosting on it, though, is easily the most powerful part. It's a very solid, strong, chocolatey flavor, but it does kind of remind me of chocolate frosting out of the Pillsbury can. So, I mean, if that's your thing, you might like this. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not a flavor that I normally gravitate to. As much as I hate to say it, the desserts weren't anything special. The rest of the buffet I was actually really impressed with, but not a single one of these desserts that I think was that good, except for the strawberry jelly roll here. That was the only thing there that I thought was actually pretty good. I think that these are going to be good for certain people. I am a bit of a baked goods snob, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. Now, stay tuned as we finish up what last few bites we're going to have here, and we'll provide our final and overall thoughts on the buffet at Excalibur. Alrighty guys, that is the Excalibur Buffet. We hope you've enjoyed the video. All in all, I think I speak for both of us when I say that we were pleasantly surprised.
I was so surprised. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews and a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
But overall, while there were some hits and misses, I will definitely say that I appreciated some of the items here.
Yeah. All in all, I think I would come back to the Excalibur Buffet. It was not nearly as bad as some people have talked it up to be. Don't get me wrong, again, it's not the Bacchanal, it's not Wynn.
No.
It's, it's not the Ace Buffet at Palms, but all in all, it was, for what it was, a solid meal.
It was much better than MGM Grand.
Yeah.
I will definitely give it that.
I did not expect that. So stay tuned to the channel as we bring you more buffet reviews, as well as a whole bunch of other content from Las Vegas and beyond. We do sincerely appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for all of your support, and until next time, have a great one.
Have a great one, guys. Thank you.
You got birria on the buffet?
They do.
Interesting.
This is already a step up.
I think we need some tortillas then.
Yes, we do. This was a bad idea.
Yes, it was. I was kind of wondering why you're putting it on a plate.
Fail. Round
You
2.
think this is your first time at a buffet?
Let's check back for round 2.